I'm Lois Moore, and this is my dear husband, Bill Moore, and you've been busy writing books. This one, the title, A Bartender's Guide to Providence, How the World Really Works. What's the Bartenders, what were you thinking?
You know, the reason I called it that is, one, it was a thought about Providence. And the whole thing about Providence, in a practical sense, to me, is it discusses this idea of how life really works. Is there fate? Is there chance? Does God, in fact, govern things from the least to the greatest? And when I was working on it, I met Marie, who was a bartender in Winnetka, Illinois. And Marie had some family issues and health issues that came up. And she was asking the questions that people ask normally, like, why does God permit this to happen? You know, bad news and good news, you're trying to sort out that news. Is God interested? Is God in control of these events? So I was using the verse from Romans 8:28, all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are the called according to his purpose. And I was emphasizing to Marie the purpose behind all these things, that all of life is really based on God's purpose, that nothing is purposeless. And so she asked about pain, and I tried to explain that there's a purpose for pain in the history of mankind, and especially for believers. I was trying to encourage her. That's where the Bartender's Guide.
Bartenders, and I know you in your prior life hung out a lot in Bartenders, and I know your style here reminds me of sitting at a bar where the bartender like runs up, serves you, says a comment.
Right. The fact is, you don't get to sit with people and speak in paragraphs. You speak in clipped sentences.
True.
So I learned to make this plain. So, as you know, we have a little TV show that's called Plain Talk About Life in the Bible. And I try to make these books plain, everyday, layman to layman, kind of a speaking thing across the kitchen table. People will say to me, it sounds like I'm sitting across from you. I hope that's true. For the little bit I know about it, I try to make it so that any ordinary person can comprehend it.
What I like about reading this book in particular, because my attention span sometimes isn't quite as long as it needs to be, but I can sit down, pull out a chapter, read a little bit, feel like I just had a conversation with you, got some things to think about, can lay it down. I can pick it up again just like I came into a restaurant again to sit at the bar, pick up where I left off. That's your style, I'm not sure.
I don't know if it's a good style, but it is my style. And it sounds like you'd be very grateful to that husband of yours.
I'm trying really hard.
All right.
I do love you.